So Daniel, take me through the first time you met Cassie and Diddy. How did that happen? And give me the play by play.
Yeah, man. So let me start off by saying I was never freaking goddamn escort, man. I was managing a male review show, a show that's like Magic Mike, right? And I was opening up different locations around the country. I was managing our Times Square location, our Atlantic City location, Philadelphia location, so on and so forth. But we part of this show is that we had a separate service that we would provide to like bachelorette parties or that didn't come to the show. You can rent a guy to for like $200 to go to wherever your location is. He does a little strip tease, whatever, and then leaves, 20-30 minutes later. You tip him the whole time that he's there, he goes. So that's what they called for. That was the service that they called for, to have a male stripper come out to their hotel. Now, my boss at the time, he calls me up and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, I don't have any of my black guys on staff right now. I can't reach any of them. It's late, but I got this VIP client and I'm like quadruple charging them and they fine with it. So he's like, just go there. I already told them that they have to pay you double, like $400 when you get there. Can you please do it? So I'm like, "F it, okay, I'll go down there and I do it. I don't have any stripper clothes, anything. So I go down to one of those 24-hour souvenir stores in like Times Square. I buy like an NYPD shirt and an NYPD hat, and I go down to the Gramercy Park Hotel. When I get down to this hotel, they gotta use a key, like a card, in order for you to go up to the floor in the elevator. So they sent me in. They told me that I needed to ask for black. So I asked for black. They keyed me up. I go to the hotel. I knock on the door, and boy, whew, I was stunned. Like, I was not expecting. This woman opens this door. She is in full on lingerie, has a sheer robe on or shawl on, and a full on like look like Victoria's Secret runway show get up, that
See
she's
through
wearing.
lace, right?
See-through lace.
Yep.
Got a red wig on, glasses on, and like these. I don't know if you refer to them as hooker boots. I don't want to refer to
12
them as
inches?
that, but like
12 inch shoe.
the tall platform
Yeah.
shoes. Look super tall. I never seen a woman with a body this perfect before. Like she looked incredible, man. She was glistening, all oiled up, and I was like, "What is going on here?" Now I'm supposed to be here for a bachelorette party, so I ask her, I'm like, "Where are your girlfriends?" And she laughs and she's like, "No, we just said that to get you down here, but the truth is that first off, before I say anything to you, your boss told me I needed to handle the business first. So I'm supposed to give you $400, right?" And I was like, yeah. She gives me like $2,000-3,000 right there. Boom. And I was like, what the is going on here? So she takes me in, closes the door, and it's like a little foyer that we're standing in before you can get into the hotel, the actual room. So we're standing there and we're talking, and she's like, okay, so here's the deal. It's my birthday, and my husband asked me if, what do I want? He wants to do something special for me. And I told him that I wanted a guy to come over here and rub baby oil all over my body, and whatever is comfortable for you, we'll go from there and see where things take us. But he's cool. You don't have to worry about it. He's not gay, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, because I'm not with that. So basically, we go into the hotel room. She's like, is he's gonna be watching? We go into the hotel room. There's candles on a table. There's a couch and baby oil, like 2 bottles of baby oil inside of those champagne holders. And it's inside of water. I later learned that it was hot water to warm up the baby oil, and there's like 2 bottles of Astroglide on the table too. And so, man, I started rubbing her down, bro. She asked me to take my clothes off. I took my clothes off. She took her shit off. She asked me to rub her down, man, and 30 seconds later, man, I was in it. I was I was in it, and then I was out of it. Yeah, you know that song, 1 Minute Man. Woo, that ain't last 60 seconds at all. I was so excited, bro. Like, Like it was too much for my shit went into system overload at that moment.
The first time you seen abuse between Diddy and Cassie?
Yeah, that's just crazy. It was actually in Cassie's apartment, and like we was in the middle of a freak off, um, and like the way her apartment is set up, like you see how I'm sitting on a couch right here, like maybe 10, 15 feet in front of me, Cassie would be sitting against the wall with her back facing me, and she has a computer there. And so I'm sitting on her couch, she's in front of me, and there's a wall right to the left of her, right? And so um all of a sudden I hear Diddy who's in her bedroom. He's like, "Yo, babe, come here." And she's like, "Yeah, no problem, but hold on 1 second. I have my computer on, my personal information out on my computer. Let me just take it off and I'm coming." Yo, all of a sudden, I just see this big ass bottle of liquor come flying past her face and just hit the wall, bro. It didn't even break, which was crazy, but hit the wall and fell down. She got scared. He comes out the room, grabs her by her hair, bro, drags her off that chair and drags her into the bedroom. And I just hear, "Pop, pop, pop. Bitch, when I tell you to come here, you fucking come. Pop, pop." And she's just screaming, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Yeah, I got crazy goosebumps right now, man. Like when I was testifying against this, bro, like not in the court, like when HSI first reached out to me about this, I like from the day that they started interviewing me all the way up to the point where we was just about to go to trial, bro. Every time I told this story, bro, I was having a fucking meltdown, bro. The guilt that I had, bro, because I just remember standing up, I'm gonna kill this fucking guy, and then sitting down like, you're gonna die, bro. You're gonna die, bro. All of the fucking goons is in the next room, the next apartment right next door, bro. You know what this is, bro. You know who this is. And it's like, yo, like how the do you make what is the right decision in that case, bro? There's gonna be a whole lot of fucking, dumbass people that's gonna be like, "Yo, you supposed to go in there and beat the shit out this dude." Man, please, bro. Let me tell you something. He was beating the shit out of this woman and she kept going back. And I'm not victim blaming, bro. But what I'm saying is there was certain to be two victims in this case, and one of them was probably certain to be excommunicado altogether. And that was me. Especially with if I would have attacked that dude, like there ain't no way it ain't making the news, bro. Cause I was gonna rearrange his motherfucking face, dude. The rage that was going through me, bro. But you you just don't know what to do in that situation, man. I stood up, I sat down, I put my clothes on, I fucking sat back down again. I'm like it's just you don't know what the fuck to do, bro. You don't know what to do. And then he has the audacity, fam, to walk out the room like 10, 15 minutes later and be like, "Yo, y'all ready?" And Cassie, this is the first time that I could say I could differentiate between Cassie not wanting to do this and not wanting to be there, and actually wanting to do it and be there, right? And so for me, I was done. There was no way in hell that I'm getting hard, none of that shit. She started coming over to me and hugging me, and she could tell that I'm like fucking like shaking up. I'm pissed, I'm angry, and she starts trying to comfort me, bro. Like it's okay, don't worry, I'm fine. Like all of this shit, bro, because he got up and went back in the room again. He could see that I'm not like into it. Yeah. And she starts trying to fucking console my ass. Yeah. I'm sitting here like, "Yo, no, you like what the you need to get the hell out of this shit. You got to run. You got to call the cops. You got to fucking do something." "No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about me." So the shit was just wild crazy, bro. And the thing about testifying in court, bro, is that they don't, court is interesting in that they only ask you the questions that they want to ask you. So you get only a partial part of the fucking story. You don't get this part of the situation. People will walk around and just be like, "Yo, he a pussy, he ain't do nothing," whatever, bro. Like, you be in that situation and have to make a decision whether or not you know this motherfucker most likely got a gun in the next room. You don't got a gun. You know he in the fucking room. You you know his goons is probably right next door. You probably not gonna make it out of this situation. You don't know what the fuck to do, bro.
And I could follow up on that, Art, because I was in the same situation where I saw Diddy put hands on her. I saw him literally two-piece on the chest, like use the jab to measure her, follow up with the right hand, and twist his hip into that, homie. Like he literally knocked her across the room with this right hand. So, you know, me as a man, masculine, I say, yo, homie, what the fuck you doing hitting this girl? Yo, Artie flexed on me. Real king boss, bro. Dude goes like this. What you gonna do? Six back on the couch like this, looking at me. I'm gonna be honest, I was fucked up. A man ain't never did nothing like that to me with that arrogance. It wasn't even, and like I could feel that he wasn't threatening me with a physical approach. He knew that he could erase me if I put my hands on him. So still, I'm not really catching it at the time. I caught this later, like when I reflected on it. What stopped me from attacking him was Cassie. I remember looking to my right, and she was holding her chest, but she's looking at me and she's looking at him like she waiting for me to play Captain Saver. No, shorty, I just met you. You date this man. Clearly he been doing this because you with it. So what you waiting for me to jump out the window? Nah. Listen, I'm a New Yorker. I'm not playing that. I seen plenty of girls get assaulted and they fight back. Even if they not gonna win, they jump, they wild. Oh, you hit me, da 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 da. They trying to scratch through.
Yeah, but Cassie ain't built like that.
Listen,
Like you know that. Like you've had enough conversations with her just like I have to where you know she might try to act tough in these moments or whatever, but even when she's trying to act tough, bro, it's almost like when Jussie Smollett was trying to be like, yeah, and I was like, motherfuckers, like, and nobody believed that motherfucker, bro. Like, yeah, it's the same shit here, bro. Like, she'll try to bark at you, but bro, she's so fucking soft and gentle, and like, ain't nobody believing that she doing shit. And that's one. But the second thing is, Diddy is literally 3 fucking times her size, bro. Like, there's absolutely no reason for this motherfucker to be putting hands on her, bro. And that's honestly the only reason why I'm so angry with him, bro. Because I witnessed that shit and I carry crazy guilt that I didn't do anything to fucking stop him from doing that, even though I knew I could. And I could do it very fucking well. But, bro, what do you do?
But here's the thing, like I get what you're saying that she might have been like, you know, it can't really have been her. But now that I know the full extent of what she was doing, the person I thought I knew is not that person. So I totally believe she's full of crap. She's a liar. The image of the person she presented to me, now that I know all the things that was actually going on during that 8-year period, she's a complete liar. She's not the person I thought she was. She's not the honest, humble, just dope chick I thought she was. That was all an act. Because as you can hear, my man here got the same impression of her. So it's like she had a cookie cutter image she would put on for each one of us when we came in, and it would practically be the same.
The story was the same. The words was the same.
That's a massive manipulator, bro.
But I will say this though, it still don't justify anybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He should never have hit her.
Like,
he never. She did. I never saw her do anything to justify him putting his hands on her. Never.
There is nothing, bro.
Even if she
There's
said
nothing.
there's no reason to hit no woman. None. He just couldn't control his emotions because he's a crackhead. With all due respect, dude is doing mad drugs. He's emotional from the up and down of the endorphins. So when she does something to provoke him, like us normal men might be like, yo, you know, my girl bugging, whatever. First thing he think is go snatch her up because he already charged up from the drugs. You know what I'm saying? But she just is guilty. If you can manipulate 30-something men into thinking they was the only one, but they wasn't the only one, you need to be in jail, shorty. Like, what are these people doing trying to build your victimhood on the backs of me and people like him who don't know about the other 28 people you sleeping with on a regular basis? How are we the nasty hoes when this girl was lying to 30 different men, having unprotected sex with them, catching STDs, lying to all of them? What is this?
Yo, Art, let me just piggyback off of that real quick, bro. You know, here's the thing, man. Everybody's going to sit back and say, oh, these guys had options and choices and so on and so forth. But the truth of the matter is this, man. You know, you can't refute whether or not Cassie was complicit in the regard that there were only 2 people that knew the full extent of what was going on here. I have had enough conversations, and this is why I'm so pissed off with her now, bro. I fucking reached out to help her when she had her lawsuit, bro, because I was like, yo, this is a chance at least for me to try to do something right.
Yes.
I did not want to be involved in the criminal aspect of this because I don't know enough about any of that and then I only witnessed domestic violence. So I'm sitting here like, yo, don't involve me in this. I had to be subpoenaed. But the bottom line is there was only 2 people that knew about every single part of this whole entire operation. And why do you think it is that they needed to tell every single one of us, you're the only one that we're doing this with? There are no other guys like that. I'm being safe. You have no worries. You can trust this. I'm going to give you my test results, but you can trust that I'm clean. I'm safe. You know, you have nothing to worry about. And then with all the deep conversations that I'm speaking for myself that I personally had with Cassie, and all, yo, we cool. We so cool. You so cool. You're a vibe. All of this. Why not tell me that I'm literally risking my life, sticking my dick in the cesspool because you got 50 other fucking guys?
That's a nice word too, cesspool.
And she knew that. She knew. See, for me, I know that even the prosecutors is going to be like, yo, this dude is doing a straight 180 right now. Like, he was so like, I'm so happy to help her. I really want to help her. It's true. They didn't tell me that there was 50 other fucking guys that was involved with this woman at the same time, bro. I was told the entire time that I'm the only guy. The only guy.
He's telling the truth. Yes, he is.
Why do that? Yo, if you just was like off the rip, yo, this is something we do. We could share STD results all day long or whatever. You have the option to do this at your own accord, at your own risk. That's one thing, bro. But they fucking lied. And I'm sitting here thinking, yo, this is just a couple that has unlimited resources that, you know, they want to involve me in this interesting, you know, situation part of their lives that I don't know anything about it, but okay, it's fun. These are some mega superstars, right? Yeah, okay, I'll fuck with this for a little bit, but I would not have done that had I known the amount of fucking guys that this woman was involved with. That shit is dead wrong, bro. And she knew all the guys that she was involved with.
And you know what's funny? I was listening to him talk, and that's the first time I heard that she called him after I won that freak off and told him that the other guy was gone, which showed you the masterful manipulation of this woman. She pays me like $8,000 thinking that I won this competition.
He still think he won. He keep on, yo, when I won this competition, this motherfucker, I'm sitting here like, what did you win?
You know what I won on? I won an STD for
chlamydia, motherfucker. I will not take that consolation prize, bro. Yo, my dude. My God.